should we be praising and idealising a man for his creations when, behind closed doors, he beat, harassed, kidnapped, and abused women for decades? Pablo Picasso is one of the world's most famous and notable artists of the 20th century. Everyone knows his name and at least one of his paintings, if not by name, then by style. He was a part of a history that was clouded by invention and creativity, predominantly those done or stolen by white men. Due to this, many of those who do not study or specialise in art history do not know the truly disturbing person behind these artworks. 4 reasons you should hate Pablo Picasso. Number 1. His past lovers openly spoke of his abuse and mistreatment. Francois Gillot famously wrote about her relationship with the artist, noting his total absence of empathy and love, his lack of remorse and facile rationalizations for hurting others, a lust for seduction as a form of exercising power over women, complicity and manipulation as a way of life, the pattern of idealize, devalue and discard in every romantic relationship he's had, the underlying desire for control, an unshakable narcissism, and the drive to do evil by damaging the lives of the women who became his partners. This passage from her book is a chilling illustration of the artist we were taught to view as a god and a master of art history. It shows us a man who abused and mistreated the women he was involved with. Gillot was the only woman we know to have voluntarily left the artist, famously quoting, "I am not a submissive woman," despite them being together 9 years and having 2 children together. Number 2. Goddess, woman, or doormat. What we would often call a woman, Picasso viewed as either a goddess or a doormat. In fact, Gillot states that he told her women were machines for suffering. This idea is even more perverse when you remember the artist's work often represented female anatomy as tortured and contorted. Even more unfortunate is the possibility that his Cubist forms could have been depicting how he actually viewed the women in his life. There is this dichotomy of the virgin whore that follows women in popular culture that feels really relevant here. In many films, books, and more, the virtuous woman who abstains from sex is often rewarded, while the one viewed as rebellious and enjoys sex is often seen to face dire consequences. Number 3. He painted a prepubescent girl. It is widely known and understood that Picasso used his sketches of sex workers in his production of artworks. What isn't as widespread is that some of the preparatory sketches he utilised were of a naked young girl. Without going into too much detail, the artist depicted the youthful girl with her legs spread open, exposing everything. The girl is believed to be the adoptive daughter Picasso housed at the time with his lover Fernand Olivier. Even more disturbing, in my opinion, is the girl was returned to the nearby convent soon after the sketches were complete, in the exact same year that they had adopted her. Picasso's biographer John Richardson noted that young girls excited Picasso. There is no proof of any illegal behaviour despite his sketches, but it is a troubling notion when you put it together with his views of women as a whole. Number 4. He presented golden phalluses to prospective lovers. While this one may seem a bit quirky, paired with the artist's other ways of showing interest in women and his treatment of women, it's actually quite troubling. When Picasso was in his 70s and 80s, adopting the habit of not only sculpting tokens of affection for prospective lovers, but sculpting gold, oversized phalluses. He would hand these out to women as what is believed now to be a signal of his affection for a woman. Oh, and did I forget to mention he was married at the time? Yes, he was married. I cannot disregard the significance Picasso as an artist contributed to the art world. It is one of the strongest cases for whether we should consider an artist's life when discussing their works, and it's a strong contender that we should. Thanks for watching.